Welcome back to another episode of Luminous's Eat Chronicles. Tonight we have 9:36 on the clock and we will be making my Italian sausage spaghetti. So stay tuned and I will be back with you guys. Okay guys, so I already have my spaghetti in the pot boiling, so we're gonna let that go ahead and soften up. I got me a low simmer going about for this stove. I got it about midway, so gonna let that go ahead and boil. But while it's doing that, I'm going to add in some butter. Okay, plus, I'm going to show you guys all of my seasonings I will be using for this spaghetti. So I'm going to have some garlic powder, some pepper, some kosher salt, some basil leaves, parsley, oregano, some Lorraine seasoning salt, and my favorite Italian seasoning. So also in this will be the sauce that I use, Prego Italian sauce 3 cheese. So stay tuned. I like to add my seasonings while I cook my noodles and in the meat. So let's start off with a little bit of the Italian seasoning. Hold on one second. Screen's a little foggy, okay? So we're gonna put a little bit of that Italian seasoning in there. A little bit of seasoned salt. Okay. Oregano. Parsley. Basil. A little bit of kosher salt. Okay, I just added in the pepper. Obviously, I couldn't hold the camera and show you because it's a crush style container. So I had to do the turning and the twisting and the. And then last but not least, I'm going to add just a tiny bit of garlic powder in there. All right, and we're going to let that all boil. And mind you guys, when I say this has a great smell to it already, like, I mean, it already smells great. Seriously, like with all the seasonings in here, that smells great. And it tastes even better because it soaks into the noodles. Just like it soaks into the meat, it soaks right into these noodles. And then when you pour it off, it still has the flavor of all of that in the noodles. Okay, Lumi gang, so while this is boiling, we're going to go over here to the sausage. I'm going to show you how I'm going to prep the sausage to go into the spaghetti. So we're going to start off by putting just a little bit of grease in your pan. You don't obviously want to cut your sausage right now because it'll mess it up if you cut it raw. So what we're going to do first is we're going to cook this most of the way like this, whole. And then we're going to cut it up and then we're going to add in the peppers, the onions, and then the sauce. So stay tuned for that. Alright, so we got the sausage over here cooking. Trying to keep the grease from popping the lens. Don't want to hit you guys with no grease. That doesn't feel too good. No, it definitely doesn't feel good when it happens to me. That's why I'm standing 6 feet. Just like the rules out here, 6 feet. Alright, so we got the sausage cooking. And now we're going to come over here and check our noodles. Okay, those are cooking really good too, so. Alright. Right, so while that's all cooking, I guess I'm going to just wipe down my surface as I usually do. Okay, guys, stay clean. Makes your life a lot easier. A lot easier. Less of a mess. Clean and cook at the same time, okay? So, just gonna clean all of that off. Okay, there's the sausage. Right. Okay, so I'm just basically searing, soldering the ends. That way when I cut, nothing comes out, explodes around me or nothing like that. If you guys can hear this music in the background, I'm sorry. It's outside. They're loud. It's vibrating the entire house. So pretty annoying at this second, but I'm just showing you guys what to do for the back and for the front, as well as the little side, just to kind of get it to where you're cooking all the sides. So I'm going to take this out and now I'm going to cut it. Okay, add in the onions and the pepper. Okay, there we go. That's what the sausage is looking like. Cooked before I cut it. And this is actually done. So I'm going to take out my noodles. Let me kind of get out this freaking smoke. Alright. And I'm going to put this in our strainer. So I'm going to grab our pot. I'm going to take this over to the strainer. And we're going to let that strain. Okay. Alright, you guys. So I have the sausage pretty much cut up. Of course, it's not all the way cooked through. I was just showing you guys to definitely cook it before you try to cut it, because if you do that, it would tear. It would just be a complete mess. So you can either cut it like this, like meatball sizes, or you can cut it a little smaller. So in my case, I'm going to cut mine a little smaller. So give me 1 second. So I just basically cut my wheels in half, and then I cut the halves in half. So I'm going to put all of this into the little bit of grease that was left over from the sausage. Okay, just cooking the sausage just a little bit more before I add the onions and peppers. Smells wonderful. Smells wonderful. Then I'm going to add the same seasonings that I put into the spaghetti, the noodles itself, while they were cooking. So a little bit of seasoned salt. Okay. Just a tiny bit of the Italian seasoning. Okay. Definitely. I love my parsley. I love my parsley. The parsley. A little bit of the oregano. Okay. Basil. Right. A little bit of salt. And tiny bit of garlic powder. I already did the pepper. Okay, so I also added in some of the tomatoes and the chilies in here just for a little bit of spice. Okay, and now I'm going to add in the sauce that I'm going to use, which will be Prego, the 3 meat. I think I showed y'all that in the beginning. Alright, know what I'm saying? Like I said, got the sauce in there. Sauce it up. Okay. All right, and since we're using a cheese sauce, why not add some more cheese? Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit of that in there as well. I'm gonna turn this down, put that on a low simmer. All right, cheese, 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 cheese. You feel me? Cheese. Okay, so we're gonna let all of that cheese melt in there. Okay, and then we're gonna add our noodles. And yeah, man, because of all those seasonings I added to the noodles while they were cooking, those taste amazing without even the sauce yet. So I'm gonna add the sauce to the noodles, and I'll show you guys the end results. All right, there y'all go. Here's the end results. That's how we're looking. Good old spaghetti. So this is my cheesy Italian sausage spaghetti. Hope y'all enjoyed that recipe, because I know I am about to throw down. So thank you guys again for tuning in to Luminous's Eat Chronicles. I will see you guys next time on the next episode. Bye.